I think jury discussion is always the best part because everyone have their own opinion, toward a particular piece. Someone from Japan might see this piece completely different from someone from Sweden. And it's just nice to hear what they have to say. I think a couple of reasons. Number one is the quality of the jury. Number two, LIA gives us a lot of time to evaluate the work, and that's really unusual this day. I judge a lot of competitions, and a lot of competition is also do a lot of online judging. It's hard to do that for design, especially package design, because you want to really pick up the piece, feel the piece, looking at material, the craft. And this is probably one of a few competitions out there that still, have that we can actually review the physical piece. So that's great. The work this year, I think there's really good one and there's okay one and it's bad one, just like any competitions. But I think round one was really easy to weed the good and the bad out. The in and out round was really fast because you can spot good design right away. It gets trickier once we get to the third and fourth day when we have to start, kind of look at the body of work as a whole and, what's get gold and silver and bronze. But I think we get a really, really one of the best work, got a gold for sure. And I'm really happy with the 2 Grand LIAs that we give out. The Grand LIA for design went to a company called Dot, and it is a smart watch for visual impaired people. So Dot is a active braille device that is connecting to your phone. So, right now, if the blind have the phone, when someone calls them, you can't really tell who's calling. So, if I call them, my name wouldn't come up. So this device, the wearable devices, allows them to get notification and be able to get much more information, so they can pick up the phone or not picking up the phone. So it's just more choice, for them. And this particular watch also serves as navigation as well as notification. So for example, if you are a blind or visual impaired person, walking around New York City, it's hard, right? You only use your ear, but like with this technology, it's allowed them to. It's like you use this as navigator, so you are able to navigate all around the city. So it's a pretty amazing design physically, as well as what it does to the visual impaired people. So we reward that as a Grand LIA in design. And we had a big debate about this. Should we award something that have a amazing campaign, amazing result, or do we reward something like this? So like if you know that the problem, in that space, what for the blind, visual impaired, they are unable to have ability to receive the same technology as we are. Like right now, you spend time on Facebook and Instagram and text messaging. It's part of our everyday life, right? But more and more, the more technology we have and we receive as ordinary people, the visual impaired and the blind can't keep up with that because there's not a lot of technology that provide them to live in the modern society. So we thought it was really interesting way, as a role of designer, you can either create an amazing awareness campaign and talk about this problem, or you can use your time and your resources, your creativity to actually create a product that solves the problems. And we feel like the future of design is in, solving the problem rather than create a cool ad campaigns that, people share and all that stuff. So we thought, the Grand LIA should go to this particular piece. Package design went to a company called Nameless paint. So think of a set of watercolor, right, that we paint when we were little. You got 24 color, you have a green tube, orange tube, purple tube. So you look at the color and you just use it. This one was very innovative because the design of the packaging itself was very simple, and they used 3 primary colors, which is cyan, magenta, and yellow. And what it does on the packaging, so let's say you want a green tube, the design on the green tube is the cyan plus yellow, because the 2 color is what make up the green. Or the orange tube is the magenta plus yellow, because those 2 colors make up an orange. So it was an interesting way to use design to teach kids the principle of color, and we thought it was very, very clever. So that one was the Grand LIA for packaging. I think, design, a lot of designers now are not only create something beautiful. I mean, I think that's the thing of the past. Designer creates something beautiful, but now I feel like designer is part of the client's we play much more like a consultant role to the client rather than a vendor. A lot of designer now get into product development with the client at the very beginning of creative process. So we are not like the vendor at the end that push out a product or create a story that is going to help sell product. We actually start with the client from the beginning of the product development. And I think more and more the client realize that it's really smart to have a designer in the room at the very beginning of the product development. So our role is much more different than 5-10 years ago. This is my 2nd year at Creative Liaison, and I came back again because I really, truly believe that as a creative person, you do need to give back to your community. And for LIA to use all the funding from entries fee and really, pay for all the student or young professional to come to listen to different CCO for the 2 days. I mean, and, they pay for everything. That's really incredible. I mean, I have never seen anyone do that, and I'm really happy to be part of it. And when you up on the stage, you see them, their eyes twinkling, and you can tell that they really, really absorb everything that you have to say, and that's the future of our industry, and I'm just glad to be part of it.